Shall we begin?
Yeah, go on.
So, point one is the general opinion that this mod is not fun, that people are not enjoying it. Same reason as to why, you would argue against drags. People don't like it. If the people don't like it, how is it good?
Well, I think there's a lot of brainwashing that's happened over the years, and I'd also say,
Brainwashing.
yeah, I mean, the thing is, when you hop off this game, you're not going to go play Crush Mod, are you?
I mean, if there was a fun lobby with players I would like to play against in a nice 5v5 scenario, I think I would, yeah.
There's not that, and why is that the case?
Sorry?
But that doesn't exist. There is no lobby right now for Mordhau. Crush
Lack
Mod.
of players. Lack of players.
Huh?
Your mic's cutting out.
I'm saying that there isn't a lobby right now that you could join, because nobody likes it.
No,
It's
there
dead.
isn't. However, they liked it for like, I'm gonna say 6 years. We'll say 5 years. We'll say 5 years.
Well, comp players to an extent did, but most players that played it just insta left.
Yeah, but that's a whole argument of like, we could just say that was like, marketing. It took the game a while to, get to a point where it was like viable competitively almost. The game didn't really come out.
But anyway, the whole players don't like it. It's not really a good argument, because I could say that a lot of people like Justin Bieber's music, therefore Justin Bieber is the best artist of this generation, or even better than Beethoven, because more people listen to Justin Bieber today than Beethoven.
Hold on, let me just say hello to Red Blue. Hi, Red Blue. Anyway, back to your point.
Why don't you say specifically about the mod what you don't like about it?
I mean, first of all, it's still undeniable that your audience does not like it.
I mean, they play it though, so whether they say they like it or not is irrelevant. They're still going to play it.
It is relevant. They're still going to play it because you force them.
I mean, yeah, it works. That's marketing. That's what marketing is.
Anyway, apart from that valid point, that the masses do not like it, and if they don't like it, you need to go back to the drawing board. The second point being that the game is literally just a neutered version of Crush Mod, right? It doesn't add anything new. It just takes away.
Or add stab punishes so you can actually punish feints.
But you could punish feints before.
Not really, no. Unless you're playing Warhammer. Well, I'll be about doorbell. Yeah, so
Thank you.
Yeah, you can't actually punish in Crush Mod though, can you? Unless you're playing. There's only weapons that can punish a Messer, Warhammer, Falchion.
Okay, what do you define as a punish?
So if you feint and I read the feint, I can, on reaction, start my swing and hit you before you hit me with your next swing. Almost no other weapon can do that other than Warhammer.
And you believe that is a key part of the game, that needs to be a part of the game?
100%, yeah. Why do you think I always play Warhammer and Messer?
Why? Okay, why? Why though?
Because I don't want to have to sit back and have to read 10 feints in a row.
You don't have to do that in
You do.
Like base mod. No, you don't.
Okay, so
input your swing, you can chamber, you can kick.
Chamber isn't the same as reading. Chamber only helps you on the input that you've decided to chamber. If I read your feint and I haven't chambered you, if I chamber your next swing, you could morph it, you could drag it. That's not helping me with the feint I've just read.
The point was though, is that there's nothing you can do. But there is. There's plenty that you can do against feints.
After you've read the feint, if you're playing a maul, you can't do anything. You could try to kick, punish, but that's not going to work because people just bait it.
As soon as you are feinted in Mordhau, you can input, right?
Yeah, but your input will be too slow unless you're playing Warhammer.
Right, hang on. Right. So you're telling me that if someone feints you in Mordhau, in the base mode, that all you can do is stand back and read?
Yeah, if you are reading and you're not chambering, that's all you can do. Chambering isn't the same as punishing. Chambering is gambling.
I mean, so you want a punish, but is losing stam not a punish for a feint, really? Like,
I mean, that's
the point is,
a stam cost.
You are allowed. I think it's a different philosophy, right? In base game Mordhau, right? Yeah, you can feint without being punished, right? In that sense of what you're talking about, but the idea is that you're only allowed so many feints. Because if you feint too much, you're out of stam. You only, I would say,
Okay, but
maximum,
then you have to
you're allowed
read 10
3
feints in a
per
row.
duel. So it's more of a skill, no? Like you are allowed 3 feints in a duel. If you feint more than 3 times versus a maul, you have lost. Meaning that you're more likely to incorporate the other elements of the game.
So what a punish
You know,
does is
providing
it
more.
lets you take initiative. You don't just have to like sit back and win on stam. You can actually, when you feint, and this is why I think a lot of Mordhau players don't like this, because they didn't play Shiv 1. Punishing used to be way more common. It became like a forgotten art, which is why I'm only one of the few Mordhau players that actually does it. Or a lot more do it now since playing Ocon. But if someone feints you, the only way you can take initiative is if you have a kick, which doesn't work anymore since like 2020. Everyone just backs away, or if you have a fast wind-up weapon. And punishing feints, that is, I think, the best part of the job. That's probably like the most exciting thing. Is if you see a feint, you read the feint, which is already high skill, and then you react to actually punish the feint on top. But I don't think anything else really comes close to that.
For you though, I will say it's the most important thing for you.
I've heard that sentiment elsewhere from other like Shiv 1 players that came to Mordhau and thought that was missing.
From Shiv 1 players, that's key. That is key.
Jangle said that
So
as well.
So why not instead, right, incorporate more elements of the Shiv gameplay into Mordhau, right? Because right now, it's just like the philosophy of Shiv. You can punish a feint in like that way, right? But you can't do any of the swing manipulation. You can't do any of the
You can still
not really much
partially
footwork.
drag.
Yeah, but you can't though, really.
You can't
You
replace
can throw out a kind of drag, but it's completely ineffective. Where I say it's just a moot
But why is that a bad thing?
because it lacks a variety, right?
Well, the thing is, we had the previous version of Ocon, we actually had Riposte left. And so we had everything else. We had no chambers, we had the fast stabs, and it would play almost identically to Crush Mod. People would just take Riposte duels all the time because Riposte still ended up being the meta, unsurprisingly.
Also,
So-
I just want to, why not speed up all of weapons, right? Like when I was playing versus your Warhammer there, it wasn't just your stab that could punish me. It was every swing. Right?
Yeah, but at least you
Why
have
not
a
that on for
punish.
all weapons.
I think it would
Why
kind
not have it on all swings?
it would kind of make the weapons lose all diversity if you made every strike the same speed.
I don't think it would.
Well,
I think the speed of the weapon isn't just the only thing that like defines a weapon. There's also
I agree. I just don't think
like
it's
the
necessary because if you have
like
the
the armor
stab,
class, right? The armor class, the range of the weapon. I wouldn't say if you was. Some people don't think the weapons have much diversity. I personally disagree, but I don't think losing its speed would have anything to do with losing its already lack of
I
diversity.
mean, I would probably make it a bit faster, but it's just too much effort. I still think you would need individual balancing for every wind up. I don't think it would add too much to the game. But if we were making a new game, I probably would make wind ups faster because they're a bit too slow across the board.
Okay, so we're already back on the drawing board, is what you're saying.
No, not really. You're saying that we should make the swings fast, and I kind of agree, but that
Yeah,
doesn't mean
anything,
everything
yeah.
else is wrong. That doesn't mean we're going to throw out the rest of the design.
Well, but going back to the drawing board doesn't mean throw everything in the fucking
And
trash.
what's the problem with Warhammer being faster as well? Isn't that kind of expected? Keep in mind.
I mean,
So you're
it's not
defending
unfair
Crush
advantage,
Mod.
no?
You're defending Crush Mod, and that's the
think
exact
Crush Mod's more
same
fun.
case in there as well. Like, it's not really
What?
relevant. The point you made isn't relevant to the Crush Mod versus Ocon because in Crush Mod,
No,
it's
not,
even
not.
worse.
It was more of a suggestion towards
Okay.
as you said earlier. Let's not go back to drawing board. I said, well, there's things that could be improved. This mod is.
I
not,
don't disagree because it is,
my
after all,
point
it's just a
is-
mod. It's not actually like a perfect system. There's a lot of stuff I want to do still, but we can't do it because of the hard coding. So like we just have stuck with certain things that I would otherwise like to change.
Yeah, my main point, just to be clear, is that this mod kind of blows.
We haven't really articulated why though. That's my.
I have. I've said what point one.
People don't
Right.
like it, but that's
People
kind
don't
of.
like it.
That's
People
not
don't
really
like
a point
it.
towards the mod. It's
It
just.
is- it is
You're saying
point.
it's bad because people think it's bad. Okay. So why is it actually bad now?
And point two. Well, that is a valid point.
I don't think it is.
And point two. You've seen what was it, mob agreement or whatever. Also, if no one likes it, how can something be
Well, that's
good?
just not true though. A lot of people say it's better than Crush Mod.
these people in question. Anyway, second point is that it just lacks diversity. There's just not much. There's just really not much gameplay.
Okay, so
to
when
it.
you
It's
watch a
just-
crush module, is it not true that everyone just riposte drags each other on Zweihander? Yes or no?
No.
That's not true.
I vehemently disagree with this.
I mean, it's just objectively true, though. It's just, I don't know. How is that not the case?
Well, I mean, so we're talking about duels purely, right?
Yeah.
I would say there's just a lot more that goes into it.
Okay,
Well, I mean,
like what?
I would say there's, okay. I'm not making the argument that it's perfect. There's so much variety. You're doing backflips off the walls. You're doing flips and all that. You know, it's beautiful. But my point is, if we're just comparing the two, there is a lot more variety, right? Not
Like what?
only can you drag, but you can also feint. That right there is more variety. There's more that goes into it, obviously, but I'm just
Not
you know,
really,
just
not
accepting
really.
the point that there
Is the meta
one
not
more
just take his
factor.
Vi and go riposte, late riposte?
I mean,
Because it is. Like, you can say whatever, that is just objectively
that's more
the
of an argument
reality.
of the meta, though. That Zweihander's fucking broken.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the
imagine
meta defines how people play. Like,
Zweihander, Polehammer, and Halberd. Imagine and you have you bring back the long
That's
sword.
not the case,
You bring
though.
up poleaxe matches, right?
and it would
game
still be
is a whole lot more
riposte. It would still be riposte method.
No, absolutely not.
100%.
It would be a mixture of ripostes and feints. If it's poleaxe plus and long
Why
sword,
would you
it
feint
is a
when
mixture.
you have to spend stam? You can get chambered, you can get double parried, you can get
But you
kick
chamber
gambled.
drag and stuff like that. That's another thing.
But why would you bother doing that setup when you can just
There's a lot more
riposte?
mind games. There's a
I
lot
mean,
more
it's
mind
just
games in
observable
Pushmod.
in the meta. You just watch how top people play. They just riposte each other.
Right, I would say as a former top player, I know what I'm talking about here.
Find a video of you dueling. Find like a first to 10.
Yeah, sure, I can. I've got a video of me first turning, I think, Techers.
Good. I guarantee
there's a lot of,
you're just gonna be dragging
No,
each
when
other.
me versus Techers, it was a lot less dragging. It was a lot more about stam game, because what you want to do is because we're playing around with feints, right? And if you want to chamber the feint, because these feints are hard to read, right? So you play to drag the chamber, which costs a fucking huge chunk of their stam. So it kind of became a whole kind of mind game about who runs out of stam first, right? And the fact that there's even mind games in Crush mod, as you call it, I mean, it's so much more depth. I don't see any mind games in what you've got.
So you don't think that feinting, punishing, that's just the amount of feinting that we're seeing, that doesn't lead to mind games?
No, it's just pattern recognition, right?
That's not. You're saying reading doesn't exist. You can't actually read the feint.
Reading is just pattern recognition.
What are you on about, bro?
I mean,
so nobody's actually reacting. Do you want to come to the server and prove that?
People are reacting.
So it's not
right?
pattern recognition,
But for
then,
the
is
most
it?
part,
But you're just saying that people are guessing.
good readers, have. What makes a good reader is they've practiced for thousands of hours reading feints, and that's pattern recognition.
Oh my god, where did this guy come from? It's not
Am I
pattern
wrong?
recognition whatsoever. It's as someone that has probably, I would say I'm probably the best reader in the game, or one of them, if not the best, but probably the best if we're being honest. At no point do I think, okay, he's fainted 3 times in a row. This player is known for fainting.
No, that's not what I mean by pattern recognition.
What do you mean?
Like, it's just when you see someone's body movement, right?
Well, that's not
you-
patterns.
like,
that's
if you
just
can't-
that's
it is.
literal
It's
reaction.
like, okay, have you ever heard of the
There's no. That's just reacting. Though.
There's
That's
a,
just.
there's a what was his name? It's Erickson something. He was a therapist or something. Anyway, he could recognize certain things about people just based off their body movement, based off their bodily cues. That right
It's
there is
not
the
actually a
pattern
real
recognition.
body, though, is it? It's a Mordhau player model.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the exact same concept.
If someone is like leaving a cue like that, it's probably just a bad feint, then, isn't it? Not. It's just a noob feint. Like if you shake, I mean, some people do have like a shake they do before fainting, like Thor, and then that would make it a bit more predictable. But that would be kind of something for them to work on to eliminate that from their gameplay, as to not have that. Or if it gets.
I wouldn't say it's players being bad or having these obvious tells. It's just players being really good. They put thousands of hours in. You can read what like a feint kind of looks like or will look like.
Well, it sounds like you agree then, but like, you're not saying that people are just guessing. Basically, you're actually saying that. They are
No,
reacting.
the pattern recognition is not guessing.
Alright,
It's
okay, it doesn't really matter what
thousands
you
of hours
label
of
it then. I
work
thought you meant
in.
like people were just guessing, which is something you hear quite a lot. People say that you can't actually read feints, everyone's just guessing, which just it can't be true. If you look at how many feints get read, it can't statistically be a guess every time.
No, pattern recognition is not guessing. Anyway.
Oh, how about we just duel on crush mod and then we'll see like what we're doing, because I think that would be a good way of.
I mean, what do you want to get out of it?
Well, I kind of want to see the diversity, because you're saying there's lots of diversity. Like, what it's going to be
Yeah,
is I'm going to riposte you, and then you're going to riposte me back, and that's all it's going to be.
We can duel on. What do you want to do? What weapons do you want to do?
I don't mind.
Do you want to do longsword versus longsword?
Sure.
I will say though that I have not played this game in like what two years or so now. So
Well, I've only played OCOM lately, so I'm
not
not going to be good at all at riposte.
It's not about like being good. It's being good enough to kind of display what I mean. I am not what I used to be.
Also, even okay, let's say that it's one-dimensional, the combat. Why is that bad? Because if you look at CS, if you do a CS aim duel, you wouldn't think it's a fun experience. It's kind of boring, right? And yet CS is the most popular game ever.
Because it's not just that in CS though. It's not just aim versus aim. There's a lot more goes into it, right?
Like
so the idea in pro play, as everyone says, is it doesn't, apart from the the outlier of Donk and stuff showing that aim can be further improved. It's that whoever's crosshair ends up closer to each other basically wins, and a lot goes into that.
But I could say the same thing with
pre-aiming
reading.
the
Like,
game
reading
sense,
is
the,
super complex.
Counter
and
strafing.
the same thing with reading. Like, I can move. I can sort of like do chamber footwork, which is like a sort of gambly footwork to read feints. Like, there's a lot to just the reading. Like, everything you're saying can apply to any one specific skill.
That's true. That's true.
So I mean, you would agree that an aim duel is boring, right? Like, they used to have those warm-ups in CS, and they got rid of them. It was just like the 1v1. If that was
say aim duel, I wouldn't say so, because I think mechanically aiming is a lot harder than feinting.
But feinting isn't necessarily where the skill is coming in. What we're talking about is reading. That's the skill aspect.
Yeah, but it's not really mechanical, and people like mechanical things. It's like the same thing with sports. People like to be good at swinging their racket. It's very satisfying to have such elegance of movement. Let's say.
I'm not a tennis pro, but I imagine the skill in tennis, probably a lot of it comes from how you respond to the racket as opposed to swinging it yourself.
My point is the mechanical prowess is what's satisfying, right? I just
This
hit a headshot
is the most
0.1
mechanical
second or
skilled
whatever.
game that exists. I don't think we're lacking of mechanical
But
skill.
you think OCOM is the most mechanical?
Well, I think Mordhau in general, but probably OCOM, yeah. But just in general, like, just a feint-based system, I think that has an insane skill ceiling that would be described as mechanical skill. I don't know what else you would call it, to be honest.
I would say there is mechanical skill, but I wouldn't say it compares to aiming.
Do you want to hop back on Starfall and I'll put Crush mod on?
Yeah, sure, but I want to know what exactly we're trying to.
Well, I was going to do a few duels and kind of see where this diversity is coming
let's go.
from. Because
Okay, right. I see. Okay, I see.
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be
Right,
late
go with
riposte only.
Alright, I'm in the server.
Right, let me. Alright, see if it's working. Yeah, morphs are back.
What is it? Is it Crush Mod?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm being attacked.
This guy needs to go.
Okay, I'll start off, instead of just hopping straight into a duel, I'll just say what I mean, right? Okay. So the variety in this is how I see it, right? In OCOM is you have two people. Look at me. You have two people. They begin the duel from neutral, right? They can either A, stab, right? They can B, swing, or they can C, swing and feint. Okay.
For Ocon.
Right, that is your attack, right, from neutral in Ocon.
Yeah.
Would you say there's any other things you can do?
No. Isn't that
Okay.
true? Isn't that kind of true of Crush Mod? I mean, you can morph, but that's the only other difference we have here.
No, because I think in Crush mod, however, since there is the existence of chambers, right, which is serves like I mentioned, to counter feints is the actual purpose, right? Main purpose. There's a mind game per every feint. Excuse me. Where if you're going to chamber or not, which is based on the amount of stam you have. So Aaron, up to you. I can do, I'm going to do this unreadable feint or into an Excel, or if I know or if I think you're going to chamber it because you've got like high stam or whatever, I'm going to bait out the chamber. So go to chamber it and you're going to like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I guess, alright, let's do a duel then.
So there's two ways of playing. I would say there's two ways of playing in base mod. There's the ripostes, or there's the feint, chamber feint.
The problem is most of the time, like even if you're
bait.
trying to chamber bait drag, you're better off just excelling because a lot of the time they'll still catch the chamber, and then you're put in a weird spot
can
where you have to
incorporate it
read the
all
chamber
into one
feint.
though, which makes it more.
Alright, so I guess there is depth there, but the problem is that only exists for the first interaction, and then whoever gets a parry at that point, it will just be a riposte war. But okay.
Yeah, but at that point, you've kind of lost 30 stam, and you can always just parry it and then not riposte if you want. So I start off with a.
Bro, stop stouty jumping me. I'm going Messer.
So, yeah, this is jogging my memory. So if I know you're like low at stam, at the end, why am I gonna riposte? Why am I gonna riposte versus someone? If I've got like 60, 70 stam, right, and you've got 30 stam, why am I ever going to riposte you, right? When I can just like, when it's like 50-50, both of us have the same advantage there. When I can just throw some feints at you, right? Well,
I just read all the feints. The only ones you've hit on me have been riposte.
Humble brag, bro. Don't fucking.
Right, as you can see that again, I'm just hitting you only with riposte. I'm not even bothering to feint because it's just not worth the stamp.
Suck.
Okay.
See how we incorporated chambers and stuff into there, which means what? Variety.
I didn't see any chambers. See, I try to drag it, I still get chambered there.
I mean, that's one thing in combat. Oh shit! This is what the other combat did, right? It's I lost. It removed it made the chamber window a bit lower, but I mean it's still possible. But skill issue in it. And that right there, that is another mind game. But I mean, that's going to be done in OCOM, I suppose.
blue. That was the most like mind gamey thing that happened, and that was just OCOM right there, the feint into the feint. The most interesting part of that duel was the OCOM element.
I do need to warm myself back up. You know, I've not played in a while.
Like, I don't know, it just feels like the whole duel is dominated by the riposte. It's just, I don't know, it's not particularly...
I think it plays around the riposte. I wouldn't say it's dominated.
It's 100% dominated. Like, as soon as I get the parry, and you go straight to riposting. That's how you got your first hit there. Having to just gamble footwork away from them because they're unreadable. You're having to like gamble jump away from them because they're unreadable. It's just.
Hey, hang on. We proved that ripostes were readable quite a while ago, I believe.
Not sure if we did, to be honest. You did pretty well against them, and then red blue kind of farmed you after.
Yeah, but to be fair, I didn't get much time against him. See, I'm beating you with feints and chambers whilst you're using ripostes. No, I'll do it with longsword, baby. Look.
Crush mod feint is scaring me. I was too lazy back today, bro.
Hey. Okay. You're using feints here.
But that's the only time you actually get to use feints is after you've landed the riposte.
Disagree. I'm using feints right now to beat you.
Yeah, but you'd be better off if you just stuck with the riposte. Okay, I'm not used to those things. So you go.
But my point is, like, feints are very effective.
Yeah, they are, but like
effective, and you can use them at many opportune times, right? Which is a big instance where, like, for example, when they're low on stam.
We just don't see it in top level Mordhau. It's just dominated by riposte, and it's not a fun gameplay loop. Right, let's do an OCOM.
It's only dominated by riposte because of the weapons that are meta.
Well, they're meta because they are the best at riposting. Polehammer is meta. It's not. It's just not. That's an NA take.
What do you mean? Polehammer is fucking disgusting. In 5v5 at least, anyway.
Like that was, again, that's the most mind gamey, like high level interaction you can have in Mordhau, that little feint back and forth. And it's because it's not just one person inputting, it is back and forth, it's shared. As opposed to the riposte, like you just take a riposte and you just do like your trained move and you just go for it, and maybe they jump it, maybe they run away from it, but there's no actual there's no dynamic element to it. That's why the feint's interesting. You actually have to offer up your initiative, which just doesn't happen with the riposte.
I'd like to add, just, you know, instead of saying in Mordhau, in duels, but since when should duels be the
well, I agree, but
dominating?
We get good team fights from OCOM as well. If anything, the team fights are cleaner in OCOM because we don't have riposte trades anymore. So if we all agree that hit trades,
team fights, come on now, don't be a noob.
So everyone agrees that hit trades are bad in duels, right? We shouldn't have hit trading.
There's no hit trades in Mordhau, in SGM regular. No, not unless you suck. There's no hyper armor, nothing like that.
Yeah, so why not just get rid of...
That's a whole different conversation.
So what exactly is the riposte doing there for 1vx or?
Well, I mean, we're talking about 1vx now.
Well, just team fights in general. What does the riposte do then to make it good?
Well, I mean, I think in team fights and also in 1v1, I think it's more the chamber mechanic and the morph mechanic. That
Morphs,
it's a
if
bit more
anything, they
important.
make team fights too wacky. They like overextend how much range you have. You shouldn't
Yeah,
be able
that's the
to.
point of it.
But it just makes it too easy to target switch. Target switching shouldn't be.
Too easy, too easy to target switch in Mordhau. Fuck no. You talking about?
Yeah, well, yeah. Everyone moves super fast. You have morphs, which like extend
What?
your effective range a mile.
When's the last time you played 5v5 in Mordhau? What are you talking about?
You're saying it's too easy to.
It is absolutely not too
Or
easy
it's
to
not.
switch.
Well, we get team fights in. We should do a skirmish right now to illustrate the point.
We can do a skirmish right now because I mean I don't want to play any more duels here. I'm just gonna get my shit rocked. I cannot read full life with me. It's been too long.
You were farming me earlier when you first joined.
I'm Warax, right?
But yeah, like we get, I always say this: the clips we get out of OCOM are just so vastly superior to anything from Crush Mod. It makes me realize just how pointless all my other Crush Mod montages were. Because like
Absolutely
the 1vx's
not.
we get here just look so sick. They're insane. There's no
No, they're so
crutching. There's no trading.
slow-paced. What do you mean?
They're slow
What's
paced.
your-
What are you on about? They are the way faster paced.
We can
anyway.
watch some of your shorts now, but we can compare some Mordhau targets now. But
Sure.
I would say Crush Mod is just so much faster pace. Because you can chamber. You can take any
You can
this
chamber
whenever you want
in-
for chambering.
We can chamber an OCOM as well, just for stabs.
I just got my shit rocked.
Stouty's yet to hit a clip against high level competition. You've just not been watching my shorts. We've been clipping like P Will, Swift, Bear. Bear's hit some insane 1vx's as well against Tekard's Law.
So none of these players have name. I have no idea who they are for in your shorts.
The best players we have left. Oh wait, P-Will was here. P-Will was making this aid because he's playing Executioner, which to be honest just shouldn't be allowed. I'm gonna bench him. Get Uguay in. NA does not like this. This is the most EU of EU creations. NA, their comp mods are just all about making the riposte even floatier, just accentuating what makes Crush mod bad to begin with. Right, here we go, 1vx.
It was impressive.
But the stab actually allows you to 1vx her, because you can actually punish with any weapon, which is pretty huge. See, switch.
Nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It feels. I don't like how it feels. The 1vx or the XU1.
Just because you're not used to it.
Yeah, he just feels so clunky. Like the stabs and everything. I don't know. I like how chambers are played in XV1, you know?
I can't even get 5v5, bro. Mordhau can't get 5v5. What we need to do is we need to watch a POG versus Red Blue first attempt and just watch what they're doing. Because I get
Again, no Zweihander first attempts. No Zweihander first attempts.
that is what Mordhau is. That is what Mordhau
but
is.
that's because of the fucking because of how broken these weapons are. It's nothing to do with the actual. Well, I mean, it does relate to the base game, but we'll come back here.
Okay, Ugo is playing AIDS. Let's just do a 2v2 because like that is still a team
all I'm
fight.
saying is actually no, I already made this point, but yeah, if Zweihander, Halberd, and Allhammer weren't in the game,
So
would not be riposte.
all
only.
the top weapons weren't in the game, it'd be
The
good.
game would be a lot more fun. Hell yeah, absolutely right. See, that's another thing about riposte. If I could riposte switch, oh my god, that would have been so nice. That's another thing.
That's the thing. Riposte make it too easy to 1vx. Like you actually have to play harder. And this is what I mean. When you play harder to get the clip and you do get it, it just surpasses anything that Crush mod would have done. When you give people like easy 1vx tools, it doesn't trivialize it because it's still hard, but it just makes it feel less earned. And I think it just like I said, my shorts of the 1vx's we've got, they just look so good. They look so much better than we can go clip for clip.
We can go clip for clip.
Because ultimately, what the hypest thing you can do in this game is like read multiple feints and like punish multiple feints. That is the coolest thing you can do, just visually.
Absolutely wild.
Okay, why is Scraggy going that
I disagree.
build? Stop playing like troll builds, guys. It's not. I want to actually see like a good.
This is your main.
I know, but I think because it's OCOM, we don't need to play like this anymore. We can actually play with a real.
Get people in. Get people.
People will just play exit. So it's a little bit late in the game, so. Scraggy's fucking playing.
I think hitting a bunch of parries into like a cool looking swing where you like.
It's not cool looking though. It's floaty. It's just
annihilate your
floaty
own
giant.
enemies is so much cooler than just like looking at some people not like throwing their sword at you.
Why were you putting spectate? Because you're playing. Everyone's playing tank kite shield. And I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see it right now. Oh, I just joined in. I've unlocked it.
Imagine I had riposte there, by the way.
I mean, yeah, you could imagine I had a gun. Imagine I just.
Imagine. Yeah,
this would make it a lot better. Like, yeah,
this is a
imagine
good
I had
argument.
this tool that's like super OP. Like, yeah, you don't have the tool. You have to play. Okay, that's a 1v3. But did I earn that 1v3? Probably not. Should I have had to play a bit harder for it?
It's equivalent to having a fucking gun. Right?
It pretty much is. Pretty much
That's
is.
a straw man. That is a straw man. Is that a straw man?
But this is what I mean. If you're the only reason you don't like it is because you're used to it, and now it feels like an absence to you. If you actually seriously played this and got used to it, it wouldn't feel unnatural. It'd feel like I went back to Mordhau the other day, and it just felt so bad. I did a stab riposte, and this Vice stab riposte is 250 milliseconds slower than the OCOM stab, and it actually feels like the server is in slow-mo now, having played OCOM. So the problem is you're just not used to it.
Well, okay, but what about the I'm currently top scoring. I have a kill more than you.
So I have Hep Barmer as my teammate. But I mean, yeah, that's good. It's good that you're doing well, and then you can continue to do well without riposte and realise you don't actually need the riposte, and you can start to hit clips and be like, oh shit, that actually is better.
Yeah, it's just fucking boring.
I just don't see what's interesting about what's interesting about a late riposte. Clearly nothing, because if the late riposte and the chamber was interesting, more people would be playing it, and that's just not happening. People aren't playing it.
Hang on, let me take a look at your profile here. What's oh. If that shit was so boring, Stouty, would you care to explain your 4,000 plus hours?
Sunk cost fallacy.
No, absolute cop out.
It actually is.
Absolute cop out. No.
I mean, I generally had not been playing Mordhouse seriously since 2020. I would only play ranked and coach and like AFKQ and sometimes stream. And then the BR mod came, and then we started to play that again. And that made me enjoy Mordhouse. And then we started getting small OCOM changes. Now we're at the point where I actually enjoy playing Mordhouse. That's not been the case since like 2019 release. I've just been playing because, like, you know, obviously I do coaching, I have YouTube. I'm incentivized to play essentially, but I didn't really play comp for the last, like, pretty much since VK disbanded. I've not been playing comp at all.
Bro, like, you weren't in every draft tourney, every single draft.
Yeah, I mean
tourney,
draft tourney, but like I wasn't actually like scrimming or doing anything beyond that. It's just facts.
4,000 hours of just not enjoying yourself is crazy.
Pretty much, yeah. Or just AFK in queue, like literally just AFK trying to get a ranked game, or coaching people because I'm being paid.
I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
I mean, there's still aspects of the game of Crush mod that I like, and I build my playstyle around that. Hence why I play Kite Shield, so I don't actually have to deal with riposts. I play one-handers, so I can actually punish. What this mod does is it just makes so that my playstyle with like the one-handers is just viable across the board. You don't have to play like this, frankly gimmicky playstyle to actually get like a good experience in the game. You enjoy it now because you don't get farmed by every beat on your mod because no one plays it. Sorry, toxic. Red Blue, I literally beat you in the New Year's Eve 1st to 10, man. What are you talking about?
I did see that.
You enjoy a mod that buffs your 10k hour playstyle. Okay, Pog, you literally play Bannerlord, bro. You literally play Bannerlord. There's no dragging in Bannerlords. I think you're too shit to change playstyle. I have changed playstyle. I've beat you on riposts with Messer.
I don't think we can deny the point that though this mod needs more to it. This mod does need changing.
I agree it needs more to it, but it's not capable of getting more to it due to hard coding.
Due to lack of ideas, more likely.
I just don't see the riposte drag as like this winning formula. I mean, Renown tried it, Mobius tried it. Both games completely dead and failed. Zero
I've already
interest
come
in
in
it.
with a new idea, but a new fresh idea, which I think is great. Just making all the weapon swings fast. Make offense strong. Make it real strong. You do that without ripostes.
But you don't even play the fast weapons in Mordhau. You play like longsword, Messer. I mean, what's your main weapon?
Not
Great
the
sword.
fast weapons. Are those not the fast weapons?
Not really. I mean, Messer is. What weapon's your main? Like, what's your main weapon?
I like the fast. I like longsword. I like poleaxe. I like the fast. I like the
So
extra.
you don't play Warhammer then?
That's only because it's OP.
You don't play Warhammer.
No, that's
the fast weapon.
That's a gimmick weapon.
How much dragging do you do in those games, Pog, versus how much feinting? It's feint only, like. Alright, show me a video of like a good 1vx then, and or let's watch. Like,
Let's watch the Xeon versus whoever that guy, first 10 was, because that was the most.
Xeon's not played this game in
gameplay.
quite some time. We need to watch like a red blue first to 10 because like he's actually still playing the game, or like I guess Pog maybe, but and you'll see the game has got worse over time. You probably can find some like more interesting first to 10s if you go back long enough. What the game is now is just riposts on Zvi. That is just a fact. If you go to like a top level duel,
imagine you remove Zvi. Imagine you remove
it
Zvi.
wouldn't.
Imagine you remove Halberd.
That wouldn't change anything. People play
It
Zvi.
would.
No, listen. People play Zvi because it's the best at riposts. If you remove Zvi, people just play the next best weapon at riposts. The problem is the riposte. That is why people are drawn to the Zvi, is because the riposte is meta. It's not the weapon.
The
It's
riposte is.
the
I would say
mechanic.
the riposte is strong.
No,
but
it's
it wouldn't be
completely
so strong
dominant.
to completely.
It is complete. We'll find. There's a good example of this. We'll find it. It's like red blue.
Riposte are so strong on these weapons because they and that they nullify the other things because these weapons are fucking OP. Remove these weapons, and I'm telling you, Riposte would not you would.
We
see
were playing
much more
Mesa versus
diverse
like.
gameplay.
Would you say Mesa needs to get removed?
But why?
And I'm just asking you. Do you think it's
Mesa sucks.
It's just a riposte weapon though. So like if we remove every weapon besides Mesa and longsword. I see what are you on about, bro? We were dueling right now. I was not fainting you on Mesa. It's not a poll. We just watch the duels. Just watch the duels. I was just riposting
just because
you.
you're only using riposte doesn't mean it makes it a riposte weapon.
That is. Well, exactly. That's why we need to actually watch like a try hard first to 10 to see how people play. All right, here's Red Blue's last video. It's rank 1 player versus rank 2 player. I think that's an inaccurate title, but let's just see how they're playing.
Can we get some fact checkers on that? Some independent fact checkers.
I'll just say that I was rank 1 at the time of recording of this video. Oh, it's him versus Thor, which I think that's a pretty good representation of like what's left in Mordhau. So
he's just a cheater.
He's not cheating anymore. He's legit. But anyway, that's we think he is anyway. Oh, it's longsword versus. Wait, what's this? Is it great sword or longsword? I can't tell. This is great. Should I show you Red Blue? Do I have your permission to react to this live? Can I live react to this?
Stream up in Discord as well, so I can see it in live time, in real time.
That's too much effort.
He's
You can see this. I can't be bothered to Discord stream it, I'm not gonna lie. But feel free to watch along.
Literally one button.
It's too much for me. Just watch the video yourself. It's Red Blue's last video.
Right.
Okay.
It's fine. I'll watch on your stream. I'll watch on your stream.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna watch this, and straight away you'll notice what this turns into. Okay. And so
this is let me see, greatsword versus greatsword. Right.
So he parries and he takes a late riposte.
Also, can I add some pre-context to this as well? Is players do have differing playstyles, right? And Red Blue's playstyle is honorable greatsword drag. That is literally I would say that's already going
but he's the rank 1 player, so this is clearly like the best playstyle to go for. Also, I would say as another rank 1 player that was rank 1 at the time of recording this on the ranked leaderboard, I will only riposte people in my ranked duels. Like I don't faint people.
Tekkas, right? Look at Tekkas when he played versus NA players, all that. He wasn't primarily using drags, so it's playstyle dependent as well. That's a little bit of context for you.
I don't know. NA just doesn't get the game. All right, so nothing but riposte so far. Nothing but ripostes. He feints, gets reds, and the only reason he fainted it at all, he didn't choose to do that. That was just his only option due to the combo. Back to the ripostes. He misses the late riposte timing, is forced to feint. Doesn't work, by the way. Back to riposte, combo feint, doesn't get red. Only time he's been hit has been through riposte.
He's fainted again.
And then let's rewatch that duel and see. Okay, I've gone back to the start of the video, so we're gonna watch this duel again, and we're gonna see what hits were actually from feints versus ripostes. Alright, so that was a riposte, right? He got hit by a riposte there, first hit. Okay, he gets one. Oh, he doesn't. He gets double parried.
Okay, we're counting that as a feint hit.
No, alright, so he hits.
We absolutely are.
That was a riposte. No, he got double parry. That's another good reason why people don't feint. It's because it's so easy to double parry.
But they're feinting though.
Yes, but it's not working.
Why would they ever be
Why would we
if
count if they're doing something that's not working? We're seeing what actually works.
Are you saying he's saying he's just bad?
No. So far, the only hits that have landed have been through riposte. Literally 100%. Nothing else is. All of that was all riposte. First duel. Okay, second duel. Let's go. Okay, he gets one feint.
That's 2 feints. That's a chamber
landed.
On top of there as well.
Riposte hit. Feint gets reds.
That's a
he panic parries. Chamber's not doing.
That's a chamber drag. That's what I was talking about. Oh. Look, see, look at the mind games. Look at the mind games. Look at the mind games.
Okay,
look at
okay.
them.
Third duel. That one was a bit more varied, I'll admit. Riposte. Chamber gets parried. Riposte.
Chambers. Oh, COTPs. Into the Excel here.
Yeah, that was
into the chamber.
That was like just an Excel. That was an Excel.
He died from there from neutral. Neutral killed him there, not ripostes.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we
Next duel.
take? How about we take a look at the critically acclaimed cinematic masterpiece, Bear versus Hatchet?
I still want to keep watching this. I want to keep watching this one because it took me a long time to figure out how to get here. I don't trust myself to get to the next video. Also, I've got Red Blue's permission to react to this, whereas I don't have whoever has that channel. Alright, so these feints are getting reds. We're back to the riposte. Riposte lands. The other thing I want to say is just the volume. That sometimes feints get used, but like in terms of just the volume, again, another riposte landed. It's all ripostes. Like, it is. I want to say it's like 80% of swings are ripostes. Okay, chamber there. Riposte again. Riposte again. Riposte lands. Feint misses. Some fumbling here.
I mean, it's not. It's okay. It's not.
It's just riposte.
Let's just swing it at air, but it's like.
It's just riposte from this point on. They're just riposting each other, and they die to the riposte.
Look at their stamina. Why would they ever be using anything else?
That's the thing, okay, yeah, because ripostes are meta on stamina.
Okay, what is your point? What is your point?
It's just boring. Like, people say that OCOM's boring because it's just feints. This is just ripostes, and it's worse because it looks worse, and people are just guessing.
Boring argument because that wasn't a valid argument for me. Apparently, we're going to say what is what.
I'm not saying it's boring. I'm saying this is the main thing people are doing. So the options are here in terms of gameplay. There's two directions we can go. We can either have a game that's about feints, which I think just looks better, plays better, has more mind games, just it's more enjoyable. And then we could have a meta about ripostes, which, I mean, some people say they prefer that, but from what I'm watching, it's just harder to read. People are just guessing when to time their parries and running around if they guess wrong. There's no initiative being opened up. It's just like this back and forth rally of late ripostes.
Disagree. This is how I'm going to phrase it, right? Because we're going to put it in percentages. Like the way you're framing it, it sounds like this game is 100%. It's the riposte.
I mean, it is at high level. It is. I think we're witnessing that right now.
60%.
Okay, you fainted as I said that.
I think we can see here.
It's not 60.
It's 60%.
It's much. We could literally count every swing.
We can count every single. No, count. Don't just count every like. Okay, so we can count every offensive action, right? It's not 100% the riposte. It isn't. Like the one here was just a neutral drag, right? That was one hit. There's a feint. We can count every action. There's two feints there. Chamber bait feints. Well, chamber war, right?
Chamber feint.
Oh, look at that feint. Buffer war, whatever the fuck you want to call that. Like you look at don't just look at what hits. Look at the offensive actions they take.
But I think what hits is pretty relevant because if people are not playing with a tool that's good, then
look at the event. Look, but you can see that is an offensive tool. No, they just you see they go into each other and they both feint at the same time and they read it. And look at that chamber warfare. Like there's so much more going into it than just the riposte. Look at this. How can you say that it's all ripostes? What? Look at you. You're silent. You're stunned. Look at that. That is not barely any ripostes.
Riposte. Off the riposte. Riposte. Only fainting because he can't riposte. 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 Wasting stam chambering. Does fall for it though.
I'm seeing 60% ripostes here.
Okay, let's take this next duel. Let's take this next duel. And let's actually count. And then we'll do the maths. Okay. Also, the other thing to remember is you're going to see some normal swings. I don't call them neutrals because I'm not American. You can see some normal swings, but that is only due to the fact that you can't riposte on the first swing. So already you're going to see some advantage there to the fact that you can't start with riposte unless you're based and playing held shield. But all right, so let's not count the first swing because what we need to count is what people do after parrying because that's where there's actually a choice. So he's parried. He's taken the riposte. How are you going
to measure it though? Because
I'm just going to count. I'm just going to count.
Action.
Well, no, but you can't riposte off the first swing, so there's not a choice there. So there's no point counting that one. Right, so anyway, first parry, riposte.
I mean, sure.
He hits it, he can't riposte here. So what's he going to go for? Riposte when he gets the parry, takes a riposte. He gets the parry, he takes a riposte. He gets the parry, he takes a riposte. He gets the parry, it's a riposte. He gets hit by the riposte, and he dies. So whenever players take a parry,
that's one duel.
90% of the time,
we'll say that is one. That was one duel.
He just fumbled. As soon as someone gets a parry, they're looking to take the riposte. And it's not a mystery as to why. It is just the better thing to do. It is
not the riposte,
meta.
By the way, not a riposte.
Sorry, what?
Not a riposte from him. No, I
Wait,
mean,
go
it's,
back, go back.
it's quite delayed for you because you're not
Oh.
streaming it, even though it's one fucking button.
I know, but I still want to accidentally dox myself or some shit. All right, so wait, I'm at 353. This duel, and again, we're looking specifically at what people are doing when they parry, because that is the only point at which they have a choice between either taking a riposte or doing like something else, doing something different.
I feel like, can we just ask the masses, what percentage would you say of this duel is riposte?
The masses don't understand anything, bro. Democracy doesn't work.
Clueless. The clueless. The masses know nothing. Why do we live?
Yeah,
in a
it's just people.
democracy?
It's just your own fans. Your own fans are here agreeing with you.
My fans. These are not.
Okay, just watch on stream.
these
Right, just
players in
mute,
your chat,
mute. Just watch on stream, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here because I can't be bothered to do it on Discord. Right, so he parries, is a riposte. He chambers. Okay, that's the first time I've seen since counting that he's actually done something other than trying to just parry and riposte. That was a chamber as well. Riposte, dies. Let's watch this next one. All right, again, we're watching what happens when they get the parry.
I don't like the manipulation
Riposte.
you're doing here of the
Riposte.
just play the video. Like we're pausing and we're emphasizing every single riposte.
He
here
gets
to
the
make
parry,
it seem like we've done
and
riposte more.
because there's no point counting at the
Also,
start of a duel that they're not riposting because they can't.
Can we
riposte.
recognize the intelligence of our viewers here? Right, this is not a democracy. These aren't the regular masses.
I
Right?
want to
These aren't just
object
the regular
there.
Joes.
I want to object. These guys
are
have no
players with
intelligence.
Thousands of hours.
These guys have
in the
no
game.
intelligence. All right.
This is more of a bureaucracy or a
He takes a parry and he takes a riposte.
experts.
Interesting. He takes a
selected
parry
committee of experts.
and he
We are not
riposte.
talking to
He
idiots
takes a
here.
parry and he riposte. He takes a parry and he riposte. He takes a parry and he riposte. He misses. Now he can't riposte. Can't riposte. He parries. He takes a riposte. He doesn't parry. He parries. He takes a riposte. I'm seeing a trend here. He parry. Okay, Chambers. That's the first time he's done something different. To be fair, it did work. Next duel. All right. Parry. Okay, he misses the day riposte timing. Oh, that was, Red Blue. You know you meant to riposte there. I'm not counting that, but whatever. Okay, he's not parrying. Okay, he just got farmed because he didn't riposte. Parries, takes a
Look,
riposte.
he baited out the chamber.
Yeah, that's because Red Blue's playing like a bot,
Beautiful.
man. Alright, parries, ripostes. That was the most interesting part of the duel, and I was like, "Ocom, what happened there?" That was just like feint into feint. That was cool, but you don't really see.
Can we
much
watch the
of
Bear
it.
versus Hatchet video?
Again, this is cool, but this is Ocom. Like, we want to see more of
like
what's
that.
happening there.
Wait,
We
can
want
I-
to
can
see
I add
less of
YouTube
like
is
the
public property?
boring blocking to riposte. That's the point here. Like, most of this duel, if we're being honest, and we're not like it is just riposte dominated. It's just everyone knows it to be true. Blocks, riposte, gets hit by the riposte. Feint doesn't work. Ripostes, gets killed by the riposte. Chambers doesn't work. Just wastes his down. Ripostes,
Chambers.
ripostes. Block and riposte. Block and riposte. Gets hit because the riposte is really strong. I think we've seen enough.
I mean, I think go back to the 3 minutes and stuff like that. There is a lot more.
There's other stuff going on.
focusing so much on riposte.
I'm not saying it's 100% riposte. You're right. There is a little
It's
bit of other stuff
60%,
going on. There's
60,
some
70%
fun things
riposte.
breaking through, and that is when I play Mordhau. I play for those little components that are breaking through outside of the riposte meta, but that doesn't change the fact that this is just such a dominant mechanic that is. It's just not interesting to watch, and it's not interesting to play either. And we're seeing that in Mordhau's play account. No one's playing. None of the people that are here saying, "Ocom's bad," and look, no one actually plays the game anymore out of that group. The people that enjoy playing Mordhau still are playing Ocom. Riposte. Ripostes. And the other thing is, this looks terrible. Like, to anyone that isn't in the echo chamber of Mordhau Juilliards, like, this riposte gameplay just looks awful, and it's one of the reasons why Renown died as well. It looks even worse in that game.
Renown never live.
Not really, to be honest, but part of it is, again, people like Stimpy made some very popular videos, and you go in the comment section and people are like, "Oh, as soon as I saw that floaty swing, I got flashback, not in a good way, like in the Vietnam way." And then the whole comment chain was like, highly outvoted. Yeah, drags suck. I'm gonna remove this from my wish list.
So now we are trusting the democracy that they're not brave. It's crazy that if the hypocrisy of your arguments though, like it's the masses, they're brainwashed. They don't know what's fun, right?
I think the masses, on the whole.
Stuff.
Okay, if you actually want to do the masses argument, then I've won straight away because the masses don't like Mordhau. That's just true. And then what we have left.
Mordhau a lot more than Ocom.
What we have left is 500 people that, yeah, that's it. 500 people that presumably do like it. I'm not even sure how much they do like it, to be honest. So if we are doing the masses argument, I have won there. But yeah, I agree. We shouldn't really just go off like what's popular. I'd rather talk about the mechanical depth of the mechanics themselves, and like this has no depth to it. It's just people are guessing their parry timings. Like he early parries and runs there. Okay, the chamber. We want to see more of that.
Look at that!
Actual thing.
Look at that!
Look at what? Look at what?
Well, I mean, it's so desynced, but
What happened?
there was a chamber. It was like,
Oh yeah. But if you think that's cool, then you're gonna like Ocom because, like, so what's your point here? You're saying that. Are you saying like the riposte is good? Like there should be 80% ripostes, but like having that 5% of something else.
we keep moving up the percentage here. I'm still standing strong on a maximum 70% ripostes.
Are you? Is that?
And also, don't forget the nature of the, like, if you go look at the early, I remember there was a dual tournament between Potion and Red Blue when Longsword was meta, for example. Oh, perfect example actually, talking about how the meta of weapons changes. So you talk about how Longsword, Zweihander is really strong now, right? Go look at Longsword in 2020. That thing was the fucking Infinity Gauntlets. Right?
Yeah, it's because people were worse back then. People weren't as good as they are now. Now the meta has been solved more.
That weapon was the Doom weapon. That weapon, but they had to
Nothing's really changed
stabs.
with
they had to nerf
longswords.
everything because of this weapon, right? This weapon had the instant stab, the fucking crazy swing manip, right? The crazy excels. You look at the gameplay there, it was probably 40% ripostes, 60% more feints.
So when, all right, first of all, when you say you think the game, what was your percentage of ripostes? What was your go-to?
Yeah, can you repeat?
What you said that the game is like 60% riposte? Is that what you said?
Currently, I would say maximum 70%. No, I would say that duel there was 70% riposte. I would say depending on the weaponry used, the percent changes, obviously.
I mean, me versus Hatchet, I'm playing Kite Shield, so obviously he's not going to riposte because I'm forcing it into a feint battle. So you said 70%, depending on the duel. And is that 70%? Are you saying like as a total? Okay, so that duel was 70%.
I would say that duel there was 70%.
Are you including
on the weapons used?
Okay, so that 70%. Are you saying across the entire duel, where of course you can't actually start the duel with a riposte? Is that included, or are you saying specifically when someone has the option to riposte? 70% of the time they will choose to riposte?
No, because then again it changes depending on, like, there's so much more factors that go into it. Like
no, I'm just saying this one duel. There's one that duel that we're watching.
The only thing I can observe from that duel was the number of how often riposte were used as to something else, right? As to something else was incorporated, and I would say riposte maximum was 70% of it.
So you're saying after taking a parry, a player would opt to riposte only 70% of the time after they've parried, because that's the only time you can riposte. So to be fair, we shouldn't count anything else. We should only count after a player has parried. You're saying 70% of the time it was a riposte.
I'm saying 70% of the time is when it was used.
Like, I'm going to repeat myself. So you're saying after someone has parried, they will riposte 70% of the time.
Depending on factors, I'd say.
Just in that duel we were watching.
I mean, I made my statement, right? 70% of the time, I think
I think it's way closer to like. I'm going to say it's like 85%, and even 70% would be too high. 70% is just so boring. If the entire duel is just 70-80% of just riposte, like that is just, it's first of all, it's one dimensional. It's more, or it's similarly as one dimensional as Ocom is. Like 70 to 100%, there's not really that much of a difference. And the mechanic itself is just worse. Like, it's just floaty. It's, doesn't look good. There's no back and forth nature to it. There's no punishing. There's very few mind games.
Fucking love it. The variants love it. They love their ripostes. You can't deny
Who likes
that.
it?
The variants.
Veterans.
People get
They've all
fucking-
left. None of
people
them
get
play.
fucking-
None of them play the game
Yeah, but
anymore. They don't
stayed
like
for a
it.
long yeah, but that's not just because of riposte. So you can't just say, oh, they all left because of riposte, so because of the combat system. That's because what is it to play for? You know, that's a good reason.
I mean, you just play
point
for the
is,
fun of it if it's
variants-
really fun.
Variants got fucking hard for it. You see a riposte, oh my god.
No one
practice
says that,
that.
Vero. No one.
Yeah,
No one
they
thinks
did.
that that's
That
such a
was
sick
literally
riposte.
it. So, oh my god, look at that riposte.
So how come?
That was
So I have nothing to
mechanical.
play for in OCOM. How come I'm playing OCOM?
Autism. Well, it's your desire, bro. It's like your hobby
Exactly.
or,
I'm
like,
playing
you
for the fun
enjoy
of it.
Okay, but you're a very
How come no one?
dedicated
How come no
individual
one
there.
plays Mordhau for the fun of it anymore? If it's such a good, well-designed game.
Well, we've had our fun, right? It's just the fun
So-
that we use that is possible to be had.
So what are you going
is
to play
drained.
tonight?
You
If
can still be
you want to play a
playing
game
this for
tonight, what are you
5
going to play?
years, but
Like,
no, it's novel. It's new. What?
what's the game that you're playing right now the most?
Like Battlefield 6, Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate Combat.
Yeah, I'm a casual now. What's wrong with what's wrong with Baldur's Gate?
Nothing. It's just a funny. Bear always says that OCOM is Baldur's Gate Combat. I don't know what he means by that. To be honest.
It's a turn-based combat.
I mean, riposte is as turn-based as it gets. There's no actual way to stop someone in riposte.
You can't. By the way, you can't say, "Oh, I'm playing OCOM" as anything like by the way, because it's new, it's novel, right? Everyone's played regular Modern Warfare how many years, right?
It's not that. I mean, it's not that
Shit, you
new. We've
bored
been
of it.
playing it for months.
Months compared to years. And it's your own project. Of course, you're gonna take a thing in it. So, basically, point to me there. I won that point.
I don't think so.
Well, the variants don't get hard for drags and love.
They
for like
don't. They're
5
not playing the
years.
game. They'll get to be not playing the game. Like
played it
if
for
we go
5
in server
years.
browser right now. Oh, so they played for 5 years and they realized, oh, it's actually not that good. And now we're playing Battlefield.
No, because literally.
How long have people been playing FPS games
why
for?
Why would you keep playing when it's like, I'm just playing the same thing over and over again. There's no like there needs to be more motivating factors than the actual game itself. Who the fuck would keep playing CS if there was just like, if it was just casual? You know, you just met the same players over and over again. There was nothing to really play for.
So this is like the only skilled dual yard in the game left, and there's 16 people playing. Like that's left. That's all we have left of this game. So I don't think people would like it. If people liked it, they would be playing it more.
No, they got
simply.
bored. Is my point.
Yeah, they got bored because it's boring. It's 80% just ripostes, and ripostes aren't
But
fun.
it survived for 5 years, so it clearly wasn't.
It didn't survive
clearly
after 5
wasn't.
years. It died after 2 months. There was only like an active comp scene for 2 months, and then it's just like garbage turn,
Because
just
there was
draft
nothing poured
tourneys.
into it.
It's just
So
draft
why would
tourneys
you
at that
ever
point.
why would you ever get into comp in this game? What is the incentive? Like, there's
That's
so
what I
many more
mean, the
external
game
reasons
died.
for why this game failed than the combat system. The combat system was sound.
It was better than what we've had, but it is still, just a long way off. And we've shown that in OCOM, like it is just straight up better.
Wrong.
I mean, that's 3 more people than what the Crush mod has right now. Out of the people in chat that are saying they prefer it, none of them actually play.
Either way, work needs to be done on the mod. Further work, in my opinion. Regardless of how good it is or not. Shit needs work.
Well, I mean, it's impossible to work on any further due to the hard coding of AIDS. So, I think in conclusion, you can't say that this is boring because 80%, probably higher. I mean, I might actually go and count just exactly what the percentage is. I might actually do it. It's like 80%. It's going to be around 80% just riposte. And that's not interesting to me. Like, it's near enough where if you're actually playing perfectly, you shouldn't be doing anything else other than riposte, and it's easy to understand why. It's the stamina efficient way of playing. You can still do a very effective mix-up, if not like a better mix-up than a feint. Well, why wouldn't you just do the riposte? Like, it's just better.
Your point is the mod itself is boring or boring in comparison to?
No, I'm just saying
Because,
the critique that OCOM is one-dimensional, and that makes it boring in that it's just feints. It doesn't hold up because if you play Crush mod, it is similarly one-dimensional. It's just the dimension's been changed from a feint, which
we
is
can look at the
intended,
player
to like a
retention.
floaty drag, which is an exploit and just doesn't look good, and is mechanically it's not interesting either.
But the player retention
Player retention of what? Mordhau?
of Ocon players.
I mean, it's doing better than Mordhau. If you think about who started off with OCOM, who's still here, it's doing better than Mordhau starting off with like how many millions and now only having 500 people.
I don't know, bro. Gentleman's got 16 players right now.
16 players, bro.
How many players
This
have you
game
got?
had millions of players. Gentleman's is the last Juilliard left with 16 people.
This Juilliard has less than Gentleman.
Yes, because
Which, by
this
the way,
isn't the base game. If this was
Mordhau
launched
has
with the base
500
game,
players, by the way, not 16.
reverse the roles. Reverse the roles. Imagine that everyone's been playing OCOM for all this time, and then like you come along, and you're like, oh, I've added this like really floaty swing. Yeah, I think this game would be better if like you could just float your swing around more. Like no one would be on your side for this ever. Like the only reason why this is a debate is because you guys have the advantage of history, essentially status quo.
Well, slavery used to be the status quo. Look how that turned out.
You're right. So like ripostes equals slavery.
No, it's the opposite. Status quo doesn't matter because slavery used to be the status quo.
Yeah, and that's what ripostes are today. Ripostes is modern day slavery. Slavery to a meta that's boring, that just no one actually wants to play, because you're not going to play Mordhau after this conversation. You're not. You're going to go play Battlefield. Battlefield's even more one-dimensional than OCOM. It's just the truth, bro.
No, it's got more weapons and
yeah, but you're just pointing and shooting. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, and I'm loving it. It's literally
exactly. So being one-dimensional is not a bad thing. It means it's easy to learn, hard to master, which is the objective of game design, really.
Shit. No. No one's no.
Right, let's settle this once for all.
No.
Let's do a first to 10, but we do 5 duels on OCOM, 5 duels on Crush Mod, and that's going to settle this.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Just riposte, bro. So 3 ripostes, 3 hits. It's 1-0.
Okay.
So I'm just noticing that your feints weren't working, but my ripostes were working.
Yeah.
So I just want to
because I'm fucking washed, maybe.
To keep that in mind. I just want you to keep that in mind for the people watching at home. It's not OCOM, that stab has nothing behind it. In OCOM that stab would be kind of cool, but here it's just, it's a weak sauce. He chambered, like he didn't read it.
It's all part of the game, bro.
So you won that duel. You won that duel because you guessed, essentially. I just don't think that's interesting. Okay.
How is that guessing?
You just chambered, but okay.
Yeah, I did. I'm in your mind.
I gambled. Gambled again. Like kicks just don't work as a punish. Like you shouldn't have to rely on a kick to punish. Alright, is that 3-1 so far?
That's currently 3-1.
Okay, so this is the last Crush Mod. Alright, 3-2. Should I? Oh, I can switch class now. Alright.
What a beautiful display of feints, I might add. In Crush Mod, no less.
Spanish.
But it's so troll. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to smile during this combat, but it's so troll. You just standing in each other's faces,
It's realistic.
queuing.
It's historically
Yeah.
accurate. You could have stabbed there, to be fair. See, that was interesting. That was like chamber footwork. Like I kind of like
was,
chamber footwork.
That was some variation.
That's depth. Stab in the ground, mining for ore. Good punish from you.
Thank you. That's a good point from you.
Thank you. I gambled it. But that's the thing, like, when you gamble like that, in Crush mod, you're just protected. Not only do you get like a perfect punish, but you're protected if you guessed wrong, which I just don't think is particularly enjoyable for anyone. Or, for... That's AIDS, I'm not gonna lie, that's AIDS. I'd fix that if I could. That was a mind game there. I thought you would just. I thought you thought I would faint. That was a mind game.
What?
I expected you to not parry it because I thought you thought that I was gonna faint.
And so you fainted.
No, I didn't faint because I thought you. I'm gonna stop saying that. You thought I was gonna faint. I thought
You were gonna faint. I was gonna faint, but I was.
Just
What?
focus up, bro. Come on. This debate rests on your performance here.
Yeah, I've got a new strategy. I just figured it out. Oh, you ain't ready for this one. I'm gonna push Ocom to the limits right here.
Right. Chamber. Let's see diversity. Jump feint. Right, GG. So I think what we've demonstrated.
Can I not just input a stab? Just hang on. Can I not just input a stab every time I see your hands move to do anything? And I'm just faster.
No, unless it's like a maul, or like no.
Right. Well, GG's. That was Ocom is
GG.
clearly.
I won the
clearly
debate. Yeah.
Good debate, Starty.
Alright, thanks for coming on.
Right,
Thanks for the content.
Will you be
I don't know if this is worth uploading.
doing anything more with Mordal? Right.
I mean, all we have left is just gold quarter. What do you think of gold quarters? Surely you like gold quarters.
I had no idea what on earth was happening.
So, there's 2 points. As soon as the attackers get onto the point, it will be instantly captured. There's no like contesting. So they just have to get onto site to capture it. After it's been captured, any dead defenders will respawn. So it kind of solves the issue that we have where we can't just like completely rip off CS, because otherwise you could just like rush one site and kill people there, and there's no way to really reliably 1vx like you could in CS. It's not like consistent enough. So that means that if you do die instantly as a defender, you get to respawn, but attackers are incentivized to kind of get on the sites quickly to deny that respawn, and it just creates a very interesting dynamic. You played Gold Rush before, you're familiar with it, right?
Yeah, I'm sure the mode would probably be a bit more fun and get more players if it was, maybe on a different
Crush mod.
Perhaps.
Yeah. That's the thing is, it's probably true, but I wouldn't enjoy playing on it. So I'd rather have less players and play on Ocom the way it's intended.
So your plans from now on is you're just gonna keep streaming Ocom, keep getting.
Yeah.
Some poor souls to join up.
I mean, yeah, it's the only way to play Mordhau right now, to be honest, if you're like a high level player. And Gentleman's Duels is the alternative. That's all we have left.
Well, all right then. Enjoy the rest of your day, Starty. It's been nice.
All right, thank you. See ya.
All right, see ya.